Okay, today our topic is scalar and vector quantities, chapter number 7, right? So, first of all, here is the starter activity. A quantity that has both size and direction. Size means that its magnitude, and direction means that it's in which the vector is directed or some quantity is directed. Okay, so if we use the size as well as the direction, so it is called the vector. A quantity that has just a size is a scalar. So the basic difference between scalar and vector is that scalar has just size and the vectors has size as well as the direction. The direction will be east, west, north, south. It's according to the question. Okay, a scalar quantity can be described by using a single number, its magnitude or size. So scalar quantity means that a quantity which can be described by a single number, and a vector quantity has both the magnitude as well as its direction. So here are some examples. For example, a scalar means that scalar a scalar has the example that is the distance from P to Q. So here is a P point and a point Q. Let's suppose this is P and this is Q. So the distance is between P and Q is 100 meters. So it means that there is not any direction. The distance can be measured from this way as well as the distance can be measured from this way. So from P to Q is also 100 meter, from Q to P is also 100 meter. So there is not any specific direction, so it is a scalar quantity. Distance is a scalar, right? Vector from P to Q. Now here the direction is also mentioned, that is P to Q. You go 100 meters north. This is called the displacement from P to Q, right? So this is called displacement, and displacement has the direction. Okay, displacement is a vector. A ship is sailing at 12 kilometers per hour. So this is also a scalar quantity because speed is a scalar quantity, and vector is that a ship is sailing at 12 kilometers per hour on a bearing of 60 degrees. It means that now its angle is also given, so that's why it is a vector quantity, right? So here is the basic difference between the vector and the scalar. Next one is vector notation and how to draw vector diagrams. So first of all, you need to be able to write down vectors and draw vectors diagram. Vectors that are equal have both the same magnitude and same direction. It means that here let's suppose we have a vector that is PQ and also a vector RS. If the both vectors have the same magnitude and same direction, that means that these two vectors are same. So if these two vectors are same, it means that PQ vector is equals to RS vector. Okay, next is two vectors are added using the triangle law. And what is triangle law? Let's suppose this is PQ vector and this is QR vector, right? These are two vectors. If we are finding the sum of PQ and QR, that is equals to PR, right? So first of all, we use a single vector. Next, just wait a minute. So here we use a single vector, that is PQ. Okay, next one, on the head of, I write P and Q. Okay, on the head of this vector we draw another vector, that is QR. So after that, if we meet the tail of the first vector with the head of this last vector, this is called the sum of these two vectors. Let's suppose this is vector A, this is vector B. So this can be written as A plus B. Any problem? Okay, so this is the triangular law of adding the vectors. Another one is, when you add the vectors A and B, the resultant vector will be A plus B, goes from the start of A to the finish of B. This is this is sometimes called the triangle law or vector addition law. So here is another example. The diagram shows the vectors A, B and C. This is vector A, this is vector B and this is vector C. You can see that all these vectors have magnitude as well as the directions. So we have to draw the diagram which illustrates the vectors A plus B plus C. It means that we have to add these three vectors. So first of all, we just draw the first vector. On the head of first vector, we draw the second vector, and on the head of second vector, we have drawn the third vector. And at the end, we just meet the tail of the first vector with the head of the last vector. So this vector will be A plus B plus C. Do you understand? Next one is, first use the triangle law for A plus B, then use it again for A plus B plus C. So this is a simple. First of all, we have to find A plus B, that is this one. After that, A plus B is a single vector. Also, we put the third vector on A plus B, then we can find the A plus B and plus C. So it's up to you which method you adopt. Okay. Next one is adding the vectors PQ and QP. PQ is the same vector as QP, but the directions are different. Gives the zero vector, that is 0 bold. It means that PQ plus QP is equals to 0. The zero displacement vector is written as 0 in bold form. It is printed in bold type or underlined in written work. You can also write PQ is equals to minus PQ. How? Because this is adding to PQ. If we move this PQ, if we just use this QP on move on the right side, it will become PQ is equals to minus QP. So that's why they are the sum of these two vectors are 0. Why? Because they have the same magnitude but opposite direction. The next one is, the modulus or magnitude of vector is written in single vertical bar, right? The modulus of a vector A is a vector that is written in the bold form. If we write with the pencil, we use a bar on it. Otherwise, we can also use the bold form. So if we are dealing with the modulus, we just use the bar and also single line vertical bar around this vector. The modulus of the vector PQ is written as PQ and this sign. Okay, do you have any problem? Next one is the example 2, and you can see that the vector A is direction due east and its magnitude is 12. So this is the point. This is north on the front of this point. On the right side it is east. On the opposite side of north, that is south, and this is west. Okay, so 12 units east, this one. After that 5 units south, this one. So what is the value of A plus B? That will be A plus B whole square modulus is equals to 12 square plus 5 square, that is 169, and when we take the square root on both sides, it will becomes 13. So it means that the vector A plus B has the magnitude that is 30. Do you understand this example? Any problem till this example?